lean back like the seats of an 86 Delta 88 coupe on D's and Bones, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Going live in a minute, Blizzard King. This is Winter Dinner Spurling Podcast. You are rocking with the realest black men represented. Ain't no lies, cause we winning. Catching flies, ain't no feelings. Uncle D, we the villain, baby. We just left the village, baby. Now we in them villas, baby. Dinner Spurling Podcast, tuning in, we get it, baby. You can hate the player, hate the game. We love all you haters. Hate watch, hate watch. Calling lovely ladies, hands on your knees. You can thank us later. We snatching the crowns off of queens, we obliterate them. Tell the truth, shame the devil, they trying to eliminate us. You begging the sipping haters, peeling layers off potatoes. Whoa, Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Tennis Spurling Podcast. Whoa. Southern Cadillac music like Outkast. Ain't jumping without bass. Tennis Spurling Podcast. Whoa.
We have to clean up what's going on in our house before we do anything else.
Gotta watch your back, even family that's amongst you. Got a slut ass auntie and a cool ass uncle. Kinda won't front you, but let you ride the whip around the block like you stunts. Don't do a lot of bumping. When your mama call when her ex-man jumping, all you see is feet and her ex-man stomping. That's my Uncle D, that's why the Blizzard King coming. Hot girl winter, Blizzard King summer. My we's a coming. No singing and no humming, talking we shall overcome it. Got him leaking, I'm the plumber. My nigga made Zoom look cool, yeah, you funny. What else Uncle D gotta prove more money? Overlook the tunes, if gotta shun him. Brotherhood over any woman. Cause if she play her role, then she fam, then she good. When we say brother, my sister, we mean the hood. Now homie pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We can serve your knowledge, your ditch it just how you want. He just run his mouth and that bullshit we debunk. In a sunken place, he's thinking that drunk. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. Brand good, suit and tie, lawyer reppin' manhood. He don't tap dance, he overstand, he playing good. Titles don't get it, most of us getting ambushed. Mayonnaise, clam bush, buck broken, man tush. Woke up in the morning, got walk, that's on my mind. Peace can only come when you're low and order divine. I stay entwined, you keep a criminal mind. How you think I shine and stay from falling behind? He got open eyes and can't see it, he blind. You nice all the time, they tell you water is wine. Slaughter all your sons and leave your daughters behind. All she wanna do is flash that big behind. Your music is the garbage they use to take you down. You used to rap intelligent, now you rapping like clowns. My prerogative, you thinking like Bobby Brown. Rest in peace to Whitney, Christina, that's underground. Wake up years later, you been around. Water up to your neck and watching you as you drown. How you scoring touchdown again and you out of bounds? All the black men getting passports out of town. Homie pop the trunk, it's been reeking just like a skunk. We get some good knowledge, your digits just how you want. He just run his mouth and that shit we debunk. In the sunken place, he singing that good song. He don't even drink and I tell you that the drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. He don't even drink and I tell you that the drunk. My nephew told me I wanna be just like my uncle. My Uncle D, 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 favorite uncle, Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, favorite uncle, my Uncle D, my Uncle D, my favorite uncle, Blizzard King, Uncle D, Uncle D, Uncle D, Uncle D, my favorite uncle, what? Uncle D, my favorite uncle, my Uncle D. My Uncle D, yeah, Uncle D.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast, baby. Shout out to all my guys up in here, man. I see my man Broken Blade. I see Yoga taking a vacation from his vacation to come check us out. We got Boris Barracuda. Big shout out to you, fam. Always good to see the fellas up in here, man. Hit the number one button, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing crack-a-lating. Let's get it popping. Y'all hit the number one button. And we push the number one button in here because we acknowledge that we put ourselves first here. So hit the number one button for yourself, fellas. Everybody in the chat room, hit the number one button for yourself. And hey, the thing is, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that now, because I'm actually about to make it subscribers only. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then what's going to happen is you are not going to be able to comment on this funky, hot, hard-hitting conversation. Praise God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Let me see if I can get this thing. Subscribers only. Okay, go ahead and subscribe to the channel now so you can commence with the conversation. Somebody type crashing out in the chat room. Somebody type crashing out in the chat room. We talking about crashing out for Kamala in the chat room, baby. Somebody type crashing out for Kamala. And the newest person to crash out for Kamala is Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, baby. Magic Johnson. Yeah, me and Worthy and Kareem, we gonna take the championship again, baby. Somebody type crashing out, man. Shout out to all the Lakers fans. Man, I grew up being a Lakers fan, so I am well aware of Magic Johnson's history, and I found it ironic that old Magic decided that he was gonna get up there and talk to black men. Brothers, we need to make sure that we need to talk to black men. Why, Magic? Why? Somebody type why, Sway. Why, huh? So we're gonna dive into this topic that's been stirring up this quite the conversation in the black community. And it's lighting up social media. Pretty much anybody of any interest has an opinion on this. And we're talking about how these a number of black celebrities are frankly crashing out. Somebody type crashing out. And as they rush to support Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party. Now, when I say crashing out, what I mean is that these folks are losing serious credibility with their own fans, with us and the everyday folks. They're pushing us to blindly follow the Democratic Party line and cast our votes for Kamala Harris without engaging in any meaningful dialogue about what's actually at stake for our community. Now, look, I'm gonna tell y'all like I've been telling y'all. I don't care who you vote for. I just want you to vote your interest. I don't care who you vote for. I want you to vote your interest. You vote for Trump, fine. You vote for Jill Stein, fine. You vote for Kamala Harris, fine. I know I'm voting for Trump. And the reason I'm voting for Donald Trump is not because I have some blind loyalty to him. I'm voting for him because I'm a business owner and he's a Republican. I'm voting for him because I'm a family man and he's a Republican. And for the most part, I'm voting for him because I'm a homeowner and he's a Republican. What does that mean? That means that my taxes are going to be a lot lower under his administration. I'm in a different tax bracket than a lot of people. And so my sole interest is my taxes, because I really don't care what happens and what goes on out there. For the most part, as long as I have able to keep the money that I earn with my own efforts, then I can work with everything else. So I'm what you would call a one issue voter at this point. Now, there was a time I cared more about social issues, but at this point I'm voting my interests, and my interests are solely to keep low taxes. I voted against George Bush. He won, my taxes went lower. All right. I voted against Donald Trump. He won the first time, my taxes went lower. I voted for Barack Obama, my taxes went up. Okay, I voted for Joe Biden, my taxes went up. You see what I'm saying? So at some point, I have to make my interests align with what's most important to me. Now, if you are a school teacher, you might want to align yourself with the Democrat Party. So you may want to vote for because you're aligned with the teachers union. So that's how you vote your interest. Okay. But here's the thing. That's not what these celebrities are saying. These people like Magic Johnson, and you can name their names in the chat room. Come on, name all their names. Put them out there so we'll know who we're talking about. Come on, name the Crash Out Kings. And we're not just talking about people like Joy Reid. No, we're not just talking. We talk about comedians. We have actors. Name the names. Come on now. Come on, family. We do a crowd participation in this. D.L. Hughley. Who else? Come on, name them. Come on, get them on out there. Let's let them know. Let them know who we talking about. D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley. I already said Joy Reid. Who else? Angela Yee, Charlemagne. Who else? You guys know them. But it's disheartening, to say the least, to see these people who have all this power and influence over Black folks. They have the ears of millions, and they're using their platforms in a way that seems less about genuine political engagement and more about maintaining a status quo that benefits them personally. Now, these folks who have built their careers on the love and support of Black audience, but now it seems they're ready to leverage this support in ways that many Black people feel are disconnected from the real needs and concerns of their fan base. What does that mean for us? When these appointed leaders or representatives of ours, right, when their voice doesn't reflect our address, the issues that truly impact our lives daily, how do we reclaim our narrative and ensure that our political engagement is substantive and not just symbolic? And so what we're going to do today is we're going to unpack these questions. We're going to look at the bigger picture of celebrity endorsements in politics and the implications of these endorsements on the public perception and the critical need for political discourse that's rooted in reality, not just celebrity glamour. Shout out to Ivy Dream. Shout out to my little sorority sister. What's happening, baby girl? How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to Braxton the Snake too. All my guys. Shout out to everybody. So look, let's break this thing down. What's really happening behind the political endorsements? And how can we better navigate the intersection of celebrity influence and political action? Now, what I want to do is I want to confront an unsettling reality, the pervasive influence of celebrities on our politics and our social conscience. It's not only misplaced, but it's often downright dangerous. And so now we have to turn a critical eye to Magic Johnson, whose undeniable prowess in sports and business seems to have been confused with some sort of social political wisdom. This man has a phenomenal record in the NBA. He's been drafted into the NBA Hall of Fame. He was a great athlete out of Michigan. He has several Magic Johnson theaters around America where you can certainly get your ass shot, depending on what movie is being played, on what opening night it is. Whether it's Decatur or South Central LA, you can get your ass shot. Hallelujah. In the Magic Johnson Theater. I think we all can agree on that. Praise God. Okay, so wear your bulletproof vest. But honestly, seriously though, what is bouncing the basketball or excelling in a boardroom genuinely equips, how does that equip someone to tackle the complex issues facing Black men in America? And the reason I'm saying Black men, because when I show this clip, you'll see the Magic specifically called us out. He specifically called Black men out. You understand? And so the thing is, when Magic, when he speaks, people listen. Okay? His achievements are remarkable, sure. But do they qualify him to understand or address the systematic oppression, the daily battles that the average Black man grapples with? And my answer is no. Somebody type no in the chat room. And as we like to do in here, hell no in the chat room. No. These aren't just academic questions. These are pressing issues of authenticity and relevance. Magic's life of privilege is light years away from the harsh realities that many Black men face, Black people in general. And they're struggling against racial profiling, economic hardship, and blatant educational inequalities. Magic Johnson played basketball his whole life. From high school to college to the NBA, he's been treated like an exceptional Negro. And the exceptional Negro, the big buck on the plantation, always gets those privileges. His life has not been filled with these sort of inequities that most Black men deal with, or Black people in general. Can someone who navigates life at such an altitude of fame and wealth truly understand the ground level turbulence that shakes the foundations of everyday lives in the Black community? Look, Magic Johnson is flying around in private jets, and when he drives down the street, he is not afraid of the police pulling him over. As soon as they see Magic Johnson, oh, it's Magic. And they leave him alone. That's not your experience. And see, these entertainers have to understand, and they do understand that, and the politicals on top understand that influence is a potent tool. In the hands of the ungrounded, it can distort and derail the very issues it aims to highlight. We're not here to question Mr. Johnson's intentions. Perhaps they are sincere. I don't know. I don't know him. But let's be clear. Good intentions don't mean a thing if they don't translate to informed, genuine actions that resonate with the lives of those who claim they represent. Okay? And so now we're in a situation where these celebrities look like, or celebrities like him are leading our social and political conversations. And we have to question that, and we have to do so in a harsh manner. And these folks with these high profiles, is there, or should I say, they can be misleading. And they do so from a place of, I would hope to say, ignorance as opposed to knowledge, but still, we have to rebuff that. We don't need these detached voices. We need advocates who are intimately familiar with the struggles and the triumphs of our community as it is right now, not what was going on 40 or 50 years ago. So as we move forward, let's stop confusing celebrity for expertise. High achievement in one area does not impart universal wisdom, and it's crucial now more than ever to ensure that those who claim to speak for us truly understand us, and not just superficially, but deeply sharing in our experiences and our battles. So let's analyze some video footage. Somebody hit the #1 button. Let me know you're still in here. And shout out to everybody who's contributed to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal, even if you haven't done so yet. We need 20, and that'll be plenty, and we're still getting warmed up. But let's go ahead and play this video. Have you all seen it? It's Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers. Magic is messed around and put himself in a position that he didn't even need to be in. Trying to endorse Kamala. And I'm going to explain something to you. Black folk generally, there's some reasons why Black people don't like Kamala Harris. And there's like 5 of them. And I'm going to say them, and y'all not going to like it. Okay? I'm going to say them, and you're not going to like them. And it's hard for us to wrap our mind around the fact that the entertainers that we like so much are rolling with this woman. Shout out to Black Man Swimming. Let me go ahead and play this video. Let me turn my mood music down real quick. Shout out to my man, Black Man Swimming. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. If you want to voice your opinion, you're going to have to subscribe. Now, here's what Magic had to say.
Means that, you know, now there's a lot of black men in here, and I don't mean to, you know, not talk to other people, but this is important. Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one.
There you go.
Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black.
You know, I'm just noticing, you know, Magic Johnson looked like a big ass Martin Lawrence, don't they? They got them close set eyes. You see how his little eyes are close set like that? Look at that. He got them close set eyes. He looked just like Martin Lawrence, don't he? Look at that. He got them close, you know, them people with them close set eyes. You got to keep an eye on them. But let's keep listening.
Black community that he did not deliver on. And
now,
we got to make sure we help black men understand that.
Oh, really?
So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand.
First,
get out and vote, and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Now, there's a few things in there that I heard, okay? Now, I'm gonna let this play. Now, the first thing, you know, I don't like anybody talking down to black men, okay? As you guys know on this page, there's a freedom doctrine that I pick. You free men. You're free to live the life you choose to live, vote how you want to vote, live your life. You earn that right. This is where I'm at, okay? Free men. Somebody type free men in the chat room. We're free men. Shout out to my man, Corey Joe, S2 Better. Good looking out, man. Why Magic sing sweet? Well, hold on a minute, bro. You jumping ahead, okay? You jumping ahead, all right? Okay, you jumping ahead of the program, sir. But let's break this footage down real quick. I want to analyze this real quick. Let's listen and see what was said. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to tune up a little. Listen to him.
Now, there's a lot of black men in here, and I don't mean to, you know, not talk to other people, but this is it.
There's a lot of black men in here. I don't mean to talk to other people, but I got to take these Negroes behind the woodshed real quick because I got to get them straight. So y'all give me a minute while I talk to this ignorant group of black men over here that I seem to know better than. So he's questioning the character of black men. You are basically saying that your wisdom as an individual is more meaningful and thoughtful than all of the collective wisdom of all the black men that are in the audience or that will be listening. That's what you're saying. So that in itself is arrogance. And so it makes me want to bring into question your character. Who are you to pass judgment on us? Who are you to tell us that your judgment as an individual supersedes that of ours? So now we have to somebody type character check in the chat room. Somebody type character check as a chat room. And he said, black men. So you were talking uniquely about the experience of black men. And what is being a man? What are the attributes of a man? Responsibility, fatherhood. What else? Let's name some attributes of manhood. Character check. Yeah, somebody write character check in the chat room. We got to check this man's character. Now, some of you all don't know Magic Johnson, but I think by the time I finish, you're going to know him well enough to make your own decision as to whether or not his character checks out. Okay? So let's keep listening. But he's addressing black men. And so when you talk to black men, then black men have a responsibility to respond. Magic, or should I say Bernard? Okay? So let's keep listening. Let's listen.
Important. Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's not.
Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. So do we belong to you? Is that what you're saying? Is this a term of endearment, or you see us as property? You're already telling us that you know better than us, so you taking on a parental role. And now you're saying our black men. Was that you trying to say we belong to you, or you what are you saying? We still on the plantation? I don't know, brother. I don't know. It seems a bit totalitarian to me. Let's keep listening.
Number one.
We need to get him out the vote. Now, he didn't just leave it at that. He didn't say vote your interest, because I tell you to vote for your interest because I respect you as men. I respect you as men, and I want you to do what's in the best interest of yourself and your family. So that's why I tell you to vote your interest. That's the difference between me and these other suckers trying to tell you what to do. I don't think I'm better than you. Shout out to my man, Corey Joe. Appreciate that $5 super chat. Let's keep it cracking.
Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on.
Now, hold on. Her opponent is Donald Trump. You say, first of all, Donald Trump didn't win the last time, and therefore he couldn't fulfill any promises if he did make any at all. Now, let's analyze that. Kamala's opponent, who is Donald J. Trump, promised the black community in things, and he didn't deliver. Do y'all remember anything that Donald Trump promised the black community? I'm gonna ask y'all because I've racked my brain, and I don't ever remember that Donald J. Trump, even in I'm talking about his run up to 2016, did he promise us anything? I know he said something like, "What do you got to lose?" Right? He did say that, but he didn't promise us anything, Magic. He didn't offer us a damn thing, Magic. He said, "Make America great again." And as I recall, most black people was like, "Oh no, he's the devil incarnate and we not voting for him." So why the hell would he promise us something anyway? I'm just asking. He didn't offer us a damn thing. He didn't say he wouldn't do anything for black people. Why? He never said, "Why would I do anything just for black people?" He didn't say that. But you know who did say that? Huh? You know who did say that they wouldn't do? They absolutely shut the door on doing anything specific for black people. Kamala Harris did that. This Indian Messiah of yours. This is who you want us to vote for. The woman who said, who promised on live TV. That's the only thing I ever heard her say without cackling. So she meant that, right? Wouldn't do a damn thing for black men. Shout out to Seminole 2014. The Magic situation of other men sent out to sick black men is reminiscent of an overseer on a plantation trying to keep black men on the planet. It's worse than that. We are free men, and they still trying to get us back to the plantation. Keep on listening.
And we got to make sure we help black men understand that.
All right, hold on a minute. We got to make sure. Now I want you to look at this. This seems mafioso right here.
And we got to make sure we help black men understand that.
How you gonna make us understand that, Magic? You gonna come whoop our ass, Magic? You gonna make us understand? How you gonna make grown men? How you gonna make 22 million men do anything, Magic? You gonna make us do it? You gonna whoop our ass now, Magic? You gonna beat us down? Is this what you gonna do? And you got the crowd riled up behind you? You gonna beat us up now, Magic? Why don't you go start with Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson said he's voting for Donald Trump. Go tell Mike Tyson you're gonna make him understand something. Huh? Y'all know each other. You gonna make us? Somebody type "make me" in the chat room. This is where we are. And you say this on national TV. How dare you get your black behind up there and talk bad about black men? You gonna make us? Who do you think you're talking to? Are you talking to children? Are you talking to convicts, prisoners? Are you talking to slaves? You gonna break the whip out and beat us? You gonna make us? All the black men in the chat room say "make me." You so big and bad, you gonna make us, who you gonna send for us, Magic? Who you gonna send for? You've been a whole goddamn embarrassment your damn self for the past 32 years. You are an embarrassment to the black community. And you gonna make us, I don't give a damn how many goddamn stadiums and you help finance and how many movie theaters you have. You're an embarrassment to us. You had it and you fumbled it. And you've been a continuous embarrassment. You gonna make us? What example of manhood have you set, Magic? And you gonna make us? Let's keep listening to this hot mess.
So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand. First, get out and vote, and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
That's why you're here. You're there for the enforcer. And of course, you know the brothers had something to say about it, right? The brothers had something. Let me just keep it 100 with you. Let me explain something to you all who may not be of African descent, who may be of African descent, but you might not be Black American. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And there's some black people with our conversations that we have amongst each other. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. There's some obvious reasons why black people don't necessarily take to Kamala Harris. Very obvious. And this is going to sound superficial, but you're going to have to listen. Number one, she's light-skinned. I know. What does that have to do? It's plenty of light skin. Yeah, it's a certain kind of light skin kind of black folk that we like. We like our Muhammad Ali's. We like our Farrakhan's. They're all the way 100%, all the way down, and they show. But then it's another kind of fake-ass light skin that we don't like. The ones that think they're better than us, the ones that talk down to us, the ones that patronize us. And y'all looking at me like, but Uncle D, you pretty goddamn light skinned. You said, I know. I'm red, but it's a little different. Let me get my point out. So it's not that we don't like her, it's that, okay, you already light skinned. You already kind of get a certain privilege associated with your light skin. Because when black folks look at you like, yeah, the guys are gonna like you, they're gonna give you a little light skin privilege here. The white folks gonna think you're a little bit less threatening, not all the time, but I'm just saying. So there's a little privilege associated with that. And then you got the long, good hair. You got good hair. You see what I mean? A lot of dark-skinned sisters are not gonna necessarily like you, not because you're light-skinned, but because you're not dark-skinned. I'm just keeping it 100. So it's not something that we act on all the time, but it's something that's noticed. You're gonna get a little jeer. You're gonna have to prove yourself a little bit. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. You know I'm telling the truth. There's plenty of light-skinned girls out there that have felt we'll say victimized, pushed around a little bit on the schoolyard just because, they light-skinned. They gotta prove themselves. They get picked on, they get their hair pulled. It's just true. It's just goddamn true. A lot of light-skinned women have the reputation of being man stealers, being loose, easy man stealers. Okay? Just keeping it 100 with you. All right? Just being honest. Now, the next thing is, right? Her mom is not black. Okay? Now, we don't know what her dad is. I think the jury is still out on what her real race is, but Candace Owens is blowing that whole situation up. She's sussing out who this woman people are, but we do know that your mama's not black. Your daddy may or may not be of some sort of African descent somewhere down the road. I don't know, but we know your mama's not black. So because you were not raised by a black mother who is from America, who is foundational black American, your culture is going to have some deficit as far as foundational black Americans are concerned. I'm just saying, you don't understand everything. You didn't get the conversations. You didn't, there's some things that you're going to miss. You might be black ethnically a little bit, but your mama's not black. So you don't have the same experiences. So we don't have that same connection. My mama black. My mama Mississippi black. My mama Mississippi, Tutwiler. I used to pick cotton black. My grandmama black. My grandmama was a sharecropper. You understand me? So my culture is foundational black American. You can hear by the way I talk. You can hear by the way I move. You can tell by what I eat, what I grew up eating, the conversations I have, the music I listen to. So culturally, I'm more in tune with my foundational black American side than somebody like Kamala Harris is, who was raised by an Indian woman. Just keep it 100. All right? Just keep it 100. The other thing is, her people are not from here. And I don't mean that her people are from New York and she lives in California, or her people from Chicago and she lives in Mississippi. No, your people are from not here at all, okay? Your people are from another country, okay? Your people are from somewhere else, whether it's Jamaica or India. So it's not saying these are not things that would just totally make black people not like her, but I'm just saying it's hard for us to relate her. On another situation, you're married to a white man. You're not culturally black, you're light skinned, okay? And you're married to a white man. So we can look at that like this. Now, we all know that if it was a black man married to a white woman, black folks would be looking at him sideways. We'd be like, nah, bro, you done sold out, bro. We appreciate you found love, God bless you, but nah, we ain't really rolling with you like that. Okay? Now, black men are looking at it like, okay, you married to a white dude. All right. What do you want from us? How you gonna be down with the brothers? You down with the others. You understand me? Bars. Nah, so we kind of looking at it like that. And that's how we look at all black folk who married to white folk. Now, there's some exceptions. Some ethnicities, we kind of give them a pass. Like if it's a black dude dealing with a Samoan, we be like, yeah, well, you know, that's why we give The Rock a pass. He could just be whatever he want to be because he a Samoan. And when we look at Samoans and we look at those, they like, yeah, we gonna kind of give them a pass a little bit. And in some instances, if you married to a Latina, especially like a Mexican or something, it's like, yeah, well, you know, that's a little bit of a pass, especially if you're in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. It's just kind of understood. Now, if you just go all the way right to the white, if you go straight snow bunny hunting, and you come back with a white girl, we're gonna look at you sideways. You understand? It just is what it is. You don't have to like it. I'm just explaining to you black culture. It's not that these are things she can't overcome. I'm just saying this is the way black folk are looking. I'm just telling y'all the truth. You know, I'm understanding. The other thing is, and this is a major one, this woman is a former prosecutor. And for the most part, black folk typically don't like prosecutors. We didn't like Chris Darden. He was black. Johnny Cochran, who was a defense attorney, we loved him. We didn't like, we don't typically like prosecutors. We ain't voting for Miss Goop Scoop. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? We don't like prosecutors. And then on top of that, she has a horrible record as a prosecutor of taking advantage of her situation, her power, and putting black men and women in jail. So we don't like her. That's some things you got to understand. So when we get Magic Johnson, who jumps on here and basically is trying to punk us into voting for this woman, we're going to look at it sideways. Now, what I'm going to do at this time, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all review some of the videos that have popped up in response from the black men. Now, for you guys who weren't here, this is what Magic Johnson said.
Now,
he started it.
There's a lot of black men in here, and I don't mean to, you know, not talk to other people, but this is important. Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one. Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on. And we got to make sure we help black men understand that.
We're going to make them understand.
So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand. First, get out and vote, and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Yeah. So the brothers had a lot to say about that. Let's go ahead and let the brothers speak.
Community doing things to try to help uplift people in the black community, but they'll take a check to get on stage to tell you to vote for somebody who's not going to do shit for you. And that's how it's been for the longest time. Malcolm X has talked about these black entertainers for many, many years. Those are the people that they put out in front of us, in front of TV as our leaders. And they are not my leaders. Some of them need some leading and some guidance. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're a God-fearing, decent human being. Has absolutely nothing to do with morality and decency. And so you can miss me with all of that. I don't give a damn who. You could bring Michael Jordan out there. And Michael Jordan is my favorite basketball player of all time. He cannot tell me. He cannot guide me. He cannot dictate to me who to vote for. And stop insulting black men and acting like they don't have their own mind. Because you're not going to do that to black women.
Nope.
And you should be able to accept the fact that if you have rejected them, if you have overlooked them, you shouldn't be mad at them for looking elsewhere. And you have.
All right, that was a very eloquent and thoughtful way of rebuffing Magic Johnson, and this one isn't.
Nothing about black men. Ain't you itchy? Ain't you itchy?
Oh shit! Somebody type itchy in the chat.
What's wrong with you? It's always the people with the worst motherfucking problems. You got easy E.
Ooh.
Itchy and scratchy. And you telling us what we black men need to be doing. You should be making a fucking counter commercial.
Ooh, see?
Can you stand up there with your goofy ass saying the same goofy shit? Your son wears a size 16, B-Nard. Size 16, B-Nard.
Damn. Yeah.
He wants stilettos, pumps, in the club, yeah. Don't you tell me shit. Like I'll follow you. Y'all celebrities getting out of hand with what you think. You thought because you could do good business and dribble the basketball, you could tell us what the fuck to do. Boy, fuck you.
All right, man. I'm gonna run that one back real quick. Y'all check that out again. I'm gonna run that one. He said it all. Y'all.
We got to make sure we help black men understand.
With all due disrespect, Magic Johnson, please shut the fuck up. Your son wears a size 16 pump. Shut up. You don't know nothing about black men. Ain't you itchy? Ain't you itchy? Fuck wrong with you? It's always the people with the worst motherfucking problems. You got easy E. Itchy and scratchy. And you telling us what we black men need to be doing. You should be making a fucking counter commercial. Can you stand up there with your goofy ass saying the same goofy shit? Your son wears a size 16, B-Nard. Size 16, B-Nard. Pump. He wants stilettos, pumps, in the club, yeah. Don't you tell me shit. Like I'll follow you. Y'all celebrities getting out of hand with what you think. You thought because you could do good business and dribble the basketball, you could tell us what the fuck to do. Boy, fuck you.
Yeah, we are. So the brother was passionate. Give him. So this is what the brother's talking about. This is Magic Johnson's son right here. Okay. And earlier we talked about character check. That's what we have to do. Since you, Brother Magic, want to give us a lesson on what we should do as men, we have to determine whether or not you are the type of man that we want to listen to. Now, this is your son right here. That's your son right here. That's the product of your mind and your masculinity. This is your son. You understand? This is who you raised. You see, that's your son right there. You see? Now, the brother mentioned that Magic Johnson's son's discussing his fashion choice, and he wears a size 16 pump. And the brother used that to ridicule Magic to suggest that his family dynamics or choices make him unreliable as a spokesperson for black men. And, it is perceived as a contradiction because of this man's hypocrisy. Who are you to tell us how to be men, and this is who you raise. This is your son right here. You see, maybe perhaps instead of focusing on what black men are doing in general, you need to be focusing on what kind of black men you are and who you raising. I'm just saying, this is what the brother was talking about. Okay, this is your pride, and this is you right here. I want you to look at you. You see what I'm saying? This is you kissing Isaiah Thomas live at a basketball game. Okay, now here's the thing. It's essential to address the point that's often brought up in discussions about Magic Johnson and his role as a spokesperson and a role model. Somebody type role model in the chat room. A role model in the black community, particularly regarding his qualifications to represent black men. Okay? Now, a significant part of this conversation must focus on his personal life, especially his family dynamics and how they relate to traditional expectations of black masculinity and fatherhood. Now, again, Magic Johnson is revered in sports and business, but he's going to face criticism not just for his professional actions, but also the aspects of his private life, particularly in relationship with his son, EJ, who, let's slide back over here. Your son, let me see if I can find it. Magic, your son, EJ, who identifies as a member of the alphabet community. You understand me? Now, your experience as a father does not align with the conventional expectations of raising a black man. Okay? And that's the vast majority of the segments of the black community feel that way. So how can you represent black men if what you're pushing doesn't align with that? What's that boy from Florida? What's his name? D. Wade. What if Dwayne Wade got up here and told you all who to vote for? Black folks, black men? How would you take that advice? Huh? They would say you're not qualified because your authenticity and ability to genuinely represent the broader traditional ideas of black fatherhood and black masculinity are divergent, to say the least. There's a lot of black women out there. Is this the black man that you want black men to follow, black women? Do you think this is a qualified spokesperson or role model for black men? I'm talking to the black women that are listening right now. Is this who you want? You want us to crash out and vote for this man, this woman that this man endorses? I'm asking. Because being a role model for black men inherently involves upholding and transmitting conventional masculine values from one generation to the next. And it did not look like you did a good goddamn job at it, Magic. You got a whole 6'7" some son that identifies as a woman. And of course, he is known for his very unique styles. He can't just be, who he is. He got to dress the part, so to speak. Somebody type dress the part in the chat room. Nevertheless, what I'm saying, Mr. Johnson, is no matter how many buildings you build and how many teams you own, your family choices and dynamics render you unreliable as a spokesperson for traditional black masculine ideals. You see? And irrespective of what you all may say, oh, Mr. Spurling, you don't consider the evolving nature of gender identity and expression within the community and the broader society. Not in Texas. Not in Texas, and I know it's unfair that I'm unfairly placing the onus on Mr. Johnson, who's the father of an adult son, who who has his own right to identify with whatever he chooses to identify. It's a free country; you can do that. But let's say my son was one of my children was a school shooter or something like that, or a dope dealer, huh? What if my son was a gambler or something like that? Y'all would judge me on that, wouldn't y'all? Y'all would judge me. Why would I want this man's ideals? Why would I adhere to his? I'm not doing it. It's valid to discuss the implications of a public figure's personal life on their professional and public roles. Because he wanted to check us. He made it seem as though we don't know what the hell we talking about. And we said, no, Magic, you don't know what the hell you talking about. If this is what you put out in this world, you're not qualified to speak on behalf of black men, Magic. You need to focus on your own family, Mr. Johnson. And it's not that you can't be a leader. Go be a leader of men who have sons who dress like this, Magic. That's what you do. It's great that you support your son. That's an exemplary quality. And the fact that you demonstrate understanding and acceptance and love, that's outstanding. We're proud of you for that. Applause. But you are not qualified to be the leader of black men out there kissing men on the basketball court back in the 80s and 90s. You're not qualified. Now, let's talk about responsibility, Magic, because here's the big elephant in the room. Somebody type itching and scratching in the chat room. Somebody type itching and scratching in the chat room. As the brother said, Magic, you itchy. Now, it's a horrible, horrible affliction to have. It's a horrible affliction to have. But let's talk about it. You want to tell us how to be men. First of all, you're not telling black men to vote their interests. And many of us we view your remarks as patronizing, and it suggests a troubling underestimation of black men's ability to discern what is in our best interest and to engage in the political process independently of your ass. And this viewpoint is not just disappointing, it's deeply concerning, as it appears to undermine the autonomy of black men. And you're trying to position us as needing guidance to navigate this political choices effectively. We don't need you. See, Magic, your approach is diminishing, and it assumes that black men require a particular kind of help to understand or engage with political issues, and that perpetuates these outdated stereotypes and diminishes the perceived intellectual and civic capabilities of black men. So, this is a disservice to the very black men that you say you aim to empower. You're suggesting that we lack capability to participate as fully informed citizens. This is what you're saying about us, sir. Moreover, you didn't single out black women. You didn't single out all men. You singled out black men as needing special intervention to correct our voting behaviors. You need to correct our voting behaviors. And in doing so, you reinforcing these harmful stereotypes. This is you, though. This is you right here, kissing the man in the middle of the NBA finals. You're suggesting that we somehow less informed or less engaged than other demographics. This is not only a gross simplification, but it is also inaccurate. It's an inaccurate portrayal that ignores the diverse political perspectives within the community. Some of us are Republicans, some of us are not. Some of us want to vote for our interests, some of us will vote whatever way they will, whatever. Here's the thing I need you to understand, Magic. We want to do a character check on you since you want to question our intelligence and question our autonomy. See, your past, and I'm going to need about 14. I need 14 more super chats because I know this is going to get demonetized. Your past affects your current standing as a role model and spokesperson within the Black community. I'm going to tell you how I know. There's no reason that we shouldn't talk about Magic Johnson as much as we talk about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, and all these other successful basketball leaders. But we don't, because we look at him as a failure who's redeemed himself a little bit. And the reason is because at some point, Magic Johnson was as popular as Michael Jordan. He was as popular as Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. He was a prominent figure both on and off the field. The stars in the head, they came to see. He used to roll with all the greats. Magic used to roll with Michael Jackson and all these people. But he made headlines in 1991 when he announced that he was HIV positive. And see, this revelation was not just a personal health matter, but it also a public declaration that brought significant attention to issues of sexual health and responsibility. Somebody type responsibility in the chat room. He did bring awareness to HIV and AIDS awareness at the time when it was an epidemic and it was heavily stigmatized. But here's the thing. Magic didn't get it, according to him. He didn't get it from a blood transfusion. He got it because he was having multiple sexual partners, which led to his HIV diagnosis. And what does that tell us? Huh? It tells us, it marks him as and I'm being honest, and I'm talking to this, shout out to my man, Anubius. Thank you so much for the $49.99. We need 13 more super chats. What does that tell us about him? He got the itchy, as the brother said. It says he's irresponsible. It says you're an irresponsible figure in terms of sexual behavior. And because in his history, he lacks the moral authority to lecture Black men or indeed anyone about responsibility, whether in terms of sexual health or broader behavioral norms. We don't want to hear what you got to say. Magic? Don't nobody want to be like you. You got a woman that don't nobody in the world with good sense want to sleep with. Nobody wants to be you, Magic. See, role models, whether they be Black or otherwise, or leaders should exhibit personal lives that align closely with their virtues that they promote. Now, I know you all may find this uncomfortable, but we got to talk about it. If we're going to be honest, this man has exposed himself and he is crashing out for Kamala Harris with all this bad history. Now, I'm not saying that Brother Magic hadn't redeemed himself, or he hadn't grown, or he doesn't have the capacity for change. But see, it raises the question about what terms public figures are allowed to evolve. What terms should we impose on them that allow them to evolve and to contribute positively following personal setbacks and missteps? And I'm not saying they shouldn't be a second chance. I'm not saying that. Shout out to DNN. We need 12 more super chats. I'm not saying that. The man is remarkable. He has some remarkable accomplishments in sports and business. And they're indeed, but the thing is, his advocacy on behalf of particular health issues have been impactful. Okay, but him directing political engagement for black men, that's going to raise some eyebrows. See, effective leadership, particularly in advocating for a community, requires a deep, nuanced understanding of the community's experiences and perspectives. It demands that leaders listen as much as they speak and seek to elevate community voices rather than overshadow them. Leadership, especially within Black communities like ours, or communities facing systematic challenges and widespread stigma, it requires authenticity, reliability, and trust. And I don't see that here. I see somebody who's talking down to us on behalf of his friend. We look at Magic Johnson's past actions as irresponsible by his own admission. And therefore, he's in no position to lecture black men on a damn thing, especially something as serious as these political issues that we're dealing with right now. Now, that being the case, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to be right back. Y'all hit the #1 button, man. We need a few more super chats. How much? We need 12 more super chats. I'll be right back. Spurling. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas. My mandate is to be an advocate for black men, largely because I am a black man. I'm a black father. I have black sons. And I want to make sure that the issues confronting black men are defended, protected, enunciated, spoke upon by black men who have a vested interest in the black community. And so my draw to the Black Manosphere or YouTube in general to use my voice, my wisdom, my experience was solely because black men weren't being heard. But they're hearing us now. They're hearing us as to our issues related to modern relationships, politics, education, finance, and so many other things. And I'm extremely proud of these gentlemen. I'm extremely proud of the people who put this together. It is a wonderful event, and I look forward to attending in the years to come. Hey, man, I do what I do. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Welcome back to the broadcast. Shout out to Tony Young. I'm going to need 12 more super chats. I need 10 more super chats. Shout out to Red Sigma. So here's the thing. In case you all weren't here, let's listen to this.
Now, there's a lot of black men in here, and I don't mean to, not talk to other people, but this is important. Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one. Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on. And we got to make sure we help black men understand that. So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand. First, get out and vote, and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
And then the brothers responded.
Got to make sure we help black men understand.
Brothers responded.
With all due disrespect, Magic Johnson, please shut the fuck up. Your son wear a size 16 pump. Shut up. You don't know nothing about black men.
Shout out to Marcus.
Ain't you itchy? Ain't you itchy?
Oh, God.
What's wrong with you? It's always the people with the worst motherfucking problems. You got easy E. Itchy and scratchy. And you telling us what we black men need to be doing. You should be making a fucking condom commercial.
Woo.
Then you stand up there with your goofy ass saying the same goofy shit.
Oh, man.
Your son wears a size 16, Bernard. Size 16, Bernard. Pump.
Oh, man.
He wants stilettos, pumps, in the club, yeah. Don't you tell me shit. Like I'll follow you. Y'all celebrities getting out of hand with what you think. You thought because you could do good business and dribble the basketball, you could tell us what the fuck to do. Yeah. Boy, fuck you.
Yeah, man. Somebody type crash out in the chat room. Like I said, I think I told you this the week that Kamala Harris got nominated, I put a warning up. I was live. I said, look, you all had better, you black celebrities, don't lose your fan base running up behind Kamala Harris. Shout out to Gloria Sidbury. Don't lose your fan base. I told you guys that. See, the underlying frustration with Magic Johnson's claim is profound. Not just because it's perceived as condescending, but because it suggests a broad, overgeneralized view of black men as somehow less capable. Basically, he's calling us dumb. Okay? That's what he's saying. He's saying we're too dumb to make an informed decision or understand these complex issues on our own. That's what he's saying. He's basically saying we stupid. And this assumption is not only offensive, but it's downright disrespectful. This is the problem that we're dealing with. Shout out to Marcus. And so, when someone like Magic Johnson, who's been blessed with a high profile and a significant social standing, when they make a statement implying that the entire country full of black men is lacking or lacks understanding, we too stupid, it doesn't just reflect poorly on his perception of black men, it also perpetuates these harmful stereotypes. And this kind of rhetoric supports the age-old biases that black men are in need of guidance and that we can't be trusted to know what's in our best interest and do for ourselves or our communities. This is a problem, fam. And it's deeper than that. It's deeper than just him getting up here asking us to support Kamala Harris. He didn't ask us. He told us he was going to make us vote for him. And see, it's especially frustrating, or should I say what's especially infuriating about Magic's statement is the audacity to assume that visibility or success in one area like sports translates to a superior understanding of political or social issues. It's some political students, political poli-sci students that could know far more than this man. You see? Just because you excel in the NBA, that doesn't mean you're a political scientist. You don't have the expertise to lecture us on political activism or civic responsibility. You see, and for him to try to blame black men, it's just laughable. It's insulting, and I'm insulted. And here's the other thing. It reeks of the savior complex, because this is the same position that a lot of these liberals take, and he's inherited that. It reeks of a savior complex where the successful rich folk, right, whether they dribbling basketballs or building rocket ships, they believe they must lead the supposedly ignorant masses of unintelligent people. Shout out to Seminole 2014. These new blacks must make LBJ Hoover and Bull kind of proud. Yeah, they do. Yeah. James Mitchell, thank you for the super sticker too, fam. $20. So, see, this is not a minor slip up. This is what he really thinks. That's what Kamala thinks. They think that black men especially are too stupid to vote their interests. And they have to tell us what their interests are, what our interests are. And it's a reflection of a broader societal problem where the successful speak over those they deem less fortunate. You see? And it undermines the intelligence, capability, and the diverse experiences of black men everywhere. Shout out to my man Black Samurai, said Magic dropped the ball on this one. Talk more respectfully next time. Yeah. And disrespect. And the brothers came at him. They jumped on him for that. So when we talk about why there's anger, why there's so much pushback against Magic Johnson's comments, it's because these statements aren't just about offering help. They're about imposing a viewpoint, unsolicited. And y'all know how Uncle D feel about unsolicited advice. They strip away agency from grown-ass black men, suggesting that without this so-called elite guidance from this former black basketball player, that we are unable to engage effectively with the issues that affect our lives. And the frustration is valid, family. I mean, the backlash is warranted. And the message to Magic Johnson is, along with shut your ass up, and anyone else, anyone, rest of you black celebrities, anyone else who thinks you can talk down to us, it needs to be clear. Black men do not need your condescending savior attitude. We demand respect, we demand recognition, and the right to speak for ourselves. And this is unacceptable. Now, I'm gonna let another video play because the brothers had a lot to say. We need
in the community doing things to try to help uplift people in the black community, but they'll take a check to get on stage to tell you to vote for somebody who's not going to do shit for you. And that's how it's been for the longest time. Malcolm X has talked about these black entertainers for many, many years. Those are the people that they put out in front of us, in front of TV as our leaders. And they are not my leaders. Some of them need some leading and some guidance. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're a God-fearing, decent human being. Has absolutely nothing to do with morality and decency. And so you can miss me with all of that. I don't give a damn who. You could bring Michael Jordan out there. And Michael Jordan is my favorite basketball player of all time. He cannot tell me, he cannot guide me, he cannot dictate to me who to vote for. And stop insulting black men and acting like they don't have their own mind.
Right.
Because you're not going to do that to black women.
So wouldn't.
And you should be able to accept the fact that if you have rejected them, if you have overlooked them, you shouldn't be mad at them for looking elsewhere.
Nope.
And you have.
You have. Somebody type Dusty in the chat room. Somebody type Dusty in the chat room. We dusty, right? Aren't we dusty? We just dusty black men. Aren't we dusty? Somebody type Dusty. Why y'all coming over here? We dusty. Y'all don't want us. The Democrat Party hasn't done much for black folks, over black men especially, since the 1950s. Somebody type Dusty. Why you want an old Dusty vote? Huh? See, that brother's comment, that brother's response, it taps into a broader cultural and social sensitivities about autonomy and respect and the right to self-determination within the black community. At the end of the day, we are Americans and we do believe in freedom. And we're willing to fight for it. See, there's a strong defensive reaction coming from black men of all walks of life. And you can hear those two brothers speaking. They got two different lifestyles based on what I'm listening to, okay? But we recognize that this is an attempt to control us or to direct the narrative of black masculinity and identity from a position of privilege. That's what they're trying to do. You on high trying to tell us what to do. The audacity which these people have to attempt to dictate the discourse around black masculinity, especially somebody, did y'all see the picture that I put up earlier? I don't want Magic Johnson explaining to me or any of mine what black masculinity is. I'm just gonna say this because this is his son right here. Okay, this is Magic Johnson's son over here. All right, and I don't want Magic Johnson to give me or my sons any lessons on black man. I don't care how many balls he's dribbling. I don't care. I don't want to hear you talk to me. If this is what you did with your time and your son, I don't want to hear about it. Okay, I'm good, Magic. This is what you did. I don't want to hear that. Matter of fact, you can't even blame this dude because this dude saw you doing that at the NBA championship. You see what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. All right? So anyway, that's why you got so much pushback. That's why there's so much pushback and these remarks. It insinuates that black men need, as I said, we need guidance. You acting like we're stupid. They're patronizing and it reeks of deep-seated arrogance. And it presumes that success in the realm of sports somehow bestows upon you the authority to redefine the parameters of black masculinity, and it don't. Masculinity is the same old masculinity it's always been. And your perspective not only undermines the intelligence and agency of black men, but it also attempts to shoehorn a diverse group of people into a monolithic identity that's sculpted by those who sit at the heights of untouched every day by the struggles that the everyday black man has to go through. Magic, you haven't dealt with what the regular everyday black man has to deal with since you was a little boy. Because as soon as they found out you can dribble and pass and shoot some hoops, they took your butt and they shipped you off to the special section in the high school. And then from there, you got shipped to the special section at Michigan where you went to school. You always handled with kid gloves. You're a big black buck. And you provided privileges. You didn't get what these brothers are dealing with. You didn't even have the same experience of the other black men on the campus where you went to school with, unless they were playing and catching balls. See, it's not just about rejecting unsolicited guidance. It's about resisting a pervasive and historical pattern where the voices and experiences of black men are mediated and diluted and redirected by those who claim to know better. It's a resistance against having the narrative of what it means to be a black man in America co-opted by people who, due to their elevated socioeconomic status, are disconnected from the ground reality. See, you would know what I'm saying. I wouldn't even have to tell you. The reason I could tell y'all, and you know, over my community page, I've been able to predict so many different things. Not because I'm a fortune teller, just because I can look and see. I understand my black experience. I know what's going to happen to these black prosecutors after they black behinds end up trying to prosecute Donald Trump, whether they were successful or not. In this case, they're not. Fannie Willis, she going to end up getting disbarred, might end up in jail. Her and Nathan, Big Willie Wade. You understand what I'm saying? Letitia James up in New York. Donald Trump is definitely going to target her. Even the people that support her now are going to target her. She too big for her britches. This is how that works. As Dr. John Henrik Clarke said, white supremacy always breaks its tools. Why is it that all the people who are prosecuting Donald Trump, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Fannie Willis, why do all these, if this was such a high profile, desired job and a great opportunity to show your patriotism, why is it that they had all black people prosecuting this man? What does that tell you? Sounds to me like it was a fool's errand. Now, and so I understand how this thing works. You see? I understand. So it's not that and I say all that to say I'm connected to what's on black folks' mind. I talk to my brothers every day. On this page, I got over 70,000 followers. That's enough to fill up a football stadium. I don't have the numbers that a lot of people have, but I guarantee you this, I have a lot more impact because I'm telling you exactly what's on black men's mind. This page and what we do here helps drive the algorithm because they'll take what I say and go create their own broadcast. Those people with millions and millions of followers, that's not all black people. That's definitely not all black men. It's a lot of people from a lot of different demographics. So they follow my page, see what I'm talking about, and you'll know what black men are talking about. Shout out to my man, Quiet Faith. He said the NAACP has a YouTube ad with a daughter typing a message her father to vote because her access to medical care is at stake, dog whistling for deletions, a full disconnect. Yeah, man. I mean, look. Here's the thing. Shout out to Election 480. Thank you too much. Thank you too, bro. Here's the thing. We as black men, we are. You telling the rest of the world that we're incapable of intellectual autonomy or self-directed thought, and that attitude propagates a harmful myth without the guidance of the successful few. Somebody typed the talented 10. The many cannot find their own way. That's what you're saying. That's not leadership. It's an imposition of will. It's an attempt to control and define black masculinity, black identity, not through empowerment, but through authority and unilaterally assumed and unrightfully exercised authority at that. We don't need overseers. The black community doesn't need overseers. We fought to get rid of them. We definitely don't need overseers of thought or shepherds of consciousness. What the community demands, and rightfully so, is respect for our innate capacity for self-determination and recognition of its own voices, which are more capable, far more capable of articulating our needs, aspirations, and desires. The anger and the pushback are not merely about rejecting Magic Johnson's views, but our broader outcry against the continued marginalization of black men, black voices in general, but black men's voices in particular, by those who think their positions of paternalistic authority supersede ours. So the message is clear. Respect our autonomy, recognize our agency, and stop assuming privilege grants you insight into our lives. Now, as far as the celebrities, let's address the masquerade of performative leadership. We need some more super chats, one more specifically. We see black celebrities paraded as leaders, propped up not to serve our interests as black people, but to pad their own wallets and polish their images. You don't think these people are getting paid for this? You don't think they shipping out $10,000, $100,000 to pay these entertainers to do this? They're crashing out for it with their broke, sad selves. Most of these entertainers are broke. I just want y'all to understand that. They're not as wealthy as you did. They're struggling out there. They're struggling. They're struggling out there. And so you can buy them cheap. They like politicians. They're entertainers. They're clowns. The only time they get paid is if somebody's watching, and you all aren't watching them. You know what you're doing? You're on the internet. You're watching me. You're watching other YouTube content creators on TikTok. That's what you're watching. You're not watching them. And so they're losing money. Look at all the movies that are failing right now, these big budget films that are failing. People have become critical of entertainment because they can see better stuff for free on YouTube. So they're broke and they can be bought, irrespective of their polished images. These people are willing to stand on stages advocating for politicians or causes that seldom deliver the promises change to our neighborhoods and to our streets and to our lives. It's a performance. It's a performance where substance is sacrificed for style and genuine change is traded for high visibility pro-ops. Again, the brother mentioned, and I'm gonna tell again, Malcolm X warned us about this phenomenon. He spoke vehemently against the manipulation of the black community by external powers using these black faces, these selected black faces. These figures anointed by others, they don't represent us. They're not born from our struggle, nor do they bear the best interests at heart. Instead, they serve agendas that often undermine the autonomy and the authenticity of our collective voice. We, as black people, need to begin to scrutinize these so-called leaders. Are they among us because they understand us and are a part of us? Or are they merely actors in a profit-driven narrative using their platform to harvest benefits at the expense of the black community's progress? We need to dissect the substance behind their shiny veneers. Let's be crystal clear. Wealth does not equate to morality. And just because somebody like Sean Combs, Magic Johnson, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Oprah Winfrey, just because they've amassed fame and fortune, that does not crown them as moral leaders or give them the authority to dictate our choices as black people. Wealth can distance these folks from the everyday realities of the black people that they claim to represent or they understand. And it has. It's appalling that the autonomy of our decisions is still under siege, brothers. Our opinions, our votes, our lives are not for sale and are not for manipulation by those who have never walked a mile in our shoes. We need to safeguard our right to think, to choose, and to advocate for ourselves without unsolicited guidance from those who do not share our daily experiences. Look here. If the so-called leaders fail us, if the established paths don't lead to our desired destinations, then we not only have the option, but we have the obligation to seek alternatives. Our loyalty is to our community, to our people, to our families, and our future. Not these actors and entertainers who don't deliver and can't deliver, and definitely not these politicians. I want you to hear me. Somebody type "hear me" in the chat room. You have a right to exchange the bad for something good. You have a right to sit yourself home on your couch if you want to. You don't have to vote for either one of these clowns. I tell you to vote your interest. Somebody type "vote your interest" in the chat room. Somebody type "vote your interest" in the chat room. Or don't vote at all, because that may be in your interest. See, we are tired of the smoke and mirrors. We're tired of leaders who are more concerned with appearances than actionable change. Our community deserves more than token guidances. We demand and we deserve profound, tangible improvements that uplift us all. See, the demand for genuine engagement is about calling for leaders who are truly invested. We need voices that echo our concerns and bodies that stand in the trenches with us, not on a distant podium surrounded by cameras talking down to us. The strategy of using high-profile folks like Magic Johnson and all the rest of these clowns to sway our opinions, particularly in political realms, is not only insulting, but it's damaging, and it trivializes our intelligence and manipulates our perspective. Shout out to my man, Samony Welbeck. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. The Blizzard King, Spurling, I appreciate your wise commentary in these chaotic times. Hey, man, I appreciate you. I wonder what Brother Malcolm would say about that. What do you think, Brother Malcolm? He was a titan of the civil rights movements. And he fiercely criticized the manipulation of black public figures by the media and political entities, which often propel these entertainers and athletes into leadership positions at the expense of the genuine grassroots leaders. Malcolm X argued vehemently against the elevation of these entertainers because he viewed them as what they were, disconnected from the real challenges and struggles of everyday black people. He insisted that true leadership must emerge organically from within the community and be rooted deeply in a direct experience and struggle, not manufactured in a glossy realm of celebrity or external approval. Now look at Magic Johnson. Contrast that with this paternalistic claim that black men need his guidance. We need Magic Johnson's guidance. I want you brothers to let that set in. Black men, the only time you take guidance from somebody if you want to end up where he is. Do you want to be like Magic Johnson? Do you want to be like Magic Johnson? Any of you brothers? Do you want to have Magic Johnson's son? I don't even want his money. I damn sure don't want his, I don't want to have nothing. I don't want to be anything like him. But see, that guidance that he put forth, that political claim, it highlights a stark betrayal of Malcolm X's vision for autonomous, self-determined leadership in the Black community. Magic was made by the system. He was made by the corporations. His comments reek of condescension, suggesting that without his enlightened intervention, black men will remain adrift in this political chaos. That's not just patronizing, it's a direct assault on the intellectual autonomy of black men, embodying the very dangers that Malcolm X warned about. On the flip side, let's look at Michael Jordan. I ain't heard nothing out of him. Have y'all heard Michael Jordan say any damn thing? He's staying in his lane. And his stance on social and political issues offers a stark contrast to Michael Jordan, to Magic Johnson. Y'all know back in the day, Michael Jordan infamously quipped, "Republicans buy sneakers too." And we didn't like that at the time because we would criticize the Republicans. But now that you have more black people waking up and becoming more enlightened and not being and leaving the Democrat plantation, I appreciate Michael Jordan just shutting up and dribbling the ball. We don't need him to speak. Now, some of you all may say, well, Muhammad Ali spoke. Yeah, under the tutelage of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he spoke. A grassroots leader, a phenomenal man of the earlier 20th century. So that was a different set of circumstances. We blasted Michael Jordan for that statement, expressing his reluctance to jeopardize his commercial interests by taking bold stances on issues impacting the black community. And his silence, whether strategic or simply indifferent, has often been interpreted as safeguarding his brand over a commitment to his community. But what would we rather have? Him say something and it sounds stupid and condescending, or him just shut up and stay in his lane? I think the latter. On the flip side, you got Magic Johnson, who blatantly assumes that the mantle of the guide Jordan has historically receded from it, only recently beginning to contribute more actively to social justice causes. And this reluctance to be vocal could be seen not just as a corporate self-preservation, but perhaps also as an acknowledgement, whether intentional or not. Malcolm X's call for authentic grassroots leadership has been met, and we are here. Somebody needs to tell old Magic to shut his mouth. That's what I'm saying. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all hit the number one button.
Dennis Spurling. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas. My mandate is to be an advocate for black men, largely because I am a black man. I'm a black father. I have black sons. And I want to make sure that the issues confronting black men are defended, protected, enunciated, spoke upon by black men who have a vested interest in the black community. And so my draw to the Black Manosphere or YouTube in general to use my voice, my wisdom, my experience was solely because black men weren't being heard. But they're hearing us now. They're hearing us as to our issues related to modern relationships, politics, education, finance, and so many other things. And I'm extremely proud of these gentlemen. I'm extremely proud of the people who put this together. It is a wonderful event, and I look forward to attending in the years to come. Hey, man, I do what I do.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Shout out everybody who's up in here, man. I want to give a big shout out to Black Men Swimming. Thank you so much. He said, on the strength. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Corey Joe, too better. Why Magic seems sweet. It's just me. No, I mean, you know, look like something. I mean, you see him up there kissing Isaiah Thomas in the middle of the NBA finals. But you never know, man. You don't know who these people are. You don't even know who they are. And so when they open themselves up, then you have a right to do a character check. Shout out to my man TIQS. Magic does not speak for me. I will once again vote my interest, support black male media. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Seminole 2014, The Magic Situation. And the other men sent out to sick black men is reminiscent of an overseer on a plantation trying to keep black men on the plantation. Shout out to you, fam. Also, 414 Moni, we ain't voting for Miss Goop Scoop. Oh man, y'all too much. Poor Joe, too better. Sick. The celebs trying to lead us. Right. I'm sick of it too. Annabis, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate you, fam. Dion, thank you so much. He said, tell him, Unc. I will. I sure will, bro. I keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you so much. Torrin Jones, good looking out for the $4.99. Red Sigma, good looking out for the $2. Marcus, thank you so much for the super sticker. Gloria Sabry, thank you so much, fam. I appreciate you guys. Who else we got up in here? Marcus, super sticker, good looking out. Seminole 2014. These new blacks must make LBJ Hoover and Bull Connor proud. Yeah, man. They're doing a great job of treating us like we are less than 100% first grade A citizens. Yeah, they are. They are doing a great job. James Mitchell, thank you for the $20 super sticker. Black Samurai says, Magic, drop the ball on this one. Talk more respectfully next time. So disrespectful. Yeah, he really was disrespectful. Zeta Zentendo, Malcolm X won blacks of celebrity politics. Yeah. So it lets you know that this is an ongoing problem, man. Shout out to the NAACP. He said, Quiet Faith, NAACP has a YouTube ad with the daughter typing a message. Her father to vote because her access to medical care is at stake. Dog whistling for deletions, a full disconnect. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's getting pathetic. Electrician 480, good looking out. Salute, bro. Thank you so much. Samony Welbeck, good looking out, fam. He says, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Blizzard King, Spurling. I appreciate your wise commentary in this chaotic time. Thank you so much. Also, we want to make sure we acknowledge all the folks who contribute to the Cash App over here. Let's see who we got over here, man. Shout out to my Cash App folks. Yeah. Corey Joe. Thanks, Corey Joe, for the two Cash Apps. Mr. Williams and the contractor. Good looking out, fam. So here we go. Let's run this back once again.
To make sure we help black men understand.
With all due disrespect, Magic Johnson, please shut the fuck up. Your son wear a size 16 pump. Lord. Shut up! You don't know nothing about black men. Ain't you itchy? Ain't you itchy? Fuck wrong with you? It's always the people with the worst motherfucking problems. You got easy E. Itchy and scratchy. And you telling us what we black men need to be doing. You should be making a fucking counter commercial. Ooh. Then you stand up there with your goofy ass saying the same goofy shit. Your son wears a size 16, Bernard. Size 16, Bernard. Pump. He wants stilettos, pumps, in the club, yeah. Don't you tell me shit. Like I'll follow you. Y'all celebrities getting out of hand with what you think. You thought because you could do good business and dribble the basketball, you could tell us what the fuck to do. Boy, fuck you.
Oh man, shout out to that brother. That brother's mad. But let's get down to it, fam. All right. We got a situation brewing that strikes at the very core of our community's integrity and identity. And it's about the role of our black celebrities. It's about the role they're playing in political arenas, particularly how they're lining up with Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party and urging us to follow suit without question. They're not trying to persuade us with political arguments. They're just telling us to do it because we said so. So let's be brutally honest. When these celebrities step out of their comfort zones to tell us who to vote for, they're not just sharing an opinion. They're attempting to sway the entire black vote in a direction that does not necessarily align with what's in our best interest. They parade themselves on stages, not because they necessarily believe in the cause, but because there's something in it for them. Maybe it's money, maybe it's status, or maybe it's just being in the good graces of powerful people. Here's the harsh truth. By doing this, they risk everything. They risk their credibility, their connection with us, their very fan base that helped elevate them to where they are today. And let me be clear. Once you lose that, once you betray the trust of your people, it's a long road back, if you come back at all. So this is a stern warning to all you Black celebrities. You're not just gambling with your careers. You're gambling with the respect and the loyalty of the Black community. We're not pawns to be played in your high stakes game. We're not tokens to be cashed in for political points. We think, we feel, and we decide based on what's best for us, for our families, and our future. This is Uncle D. I love y'all. I'm out.